Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. Today's video is going to be all about products that didn't really work out for me. So disappointing products. And I'm by no means going to be dragging these brands down because most of the brands that I'm featuring here are actually brands that I've tried other products from that I do really enjoy. So I'm not really trying to bring these brands down or anything. It's just that these particular products didn't really work out for me. And I think that we all have that. So I thought I would talk to you about 10 items that didn't really work out for me. So the first item that didn't really work out for me is this highlighter by Makeup Revolution. This is the Radiant Light Exhale highlighter, and this is what it looks like. So I actually didn't buy this. This is a freebie. This was a gift with purchase when I ordered something at a web shop, and it looks really nice in the pan. It seems to be like a peachy toned highlight, but it has a lot of glitter, and it's actually the glitter that gets on your cheek, but none of the base color that's underneath it. So this is definitely a product that I wouldn't recommend from Makeup Revolution. They do have other really great products. I actually bought one of their Skin Frost highlighters the other day to try, and so far that is looking very promising. So, but Exhale Radiant Lights wasn't my cup of tea. So I also have a Lush product here. I actually now live in a town that has Lush. Yay! I actually bought this. It looks a little gross because I have been using it, but this is the Daddy O conditioner, I think. They have a shampoo that's called Daddy O, which is like this purple shampoo that helps your hair become less yellow, you could say. And then they also had this conditioner and in the same type of idea, and I was like, ooh, a conditioner is even better because it's mostly my ends that tend to get very yellow. But this doesn't condition my hair. It puts something in my hair, but it's this bar thing. It barely foams up. I can't really get it distributed in my hair very nicely. Maybe my hair is just too long or too thick, especially right here in the back. I have a lot of hair, and it just doesn't get any product in there. It just doesn't really lather or do anything for my hair. And actually when I was using this, I decided to buy a different conditioner because this isn't working for me. Now maybe you've seen my Essence 2018 Spring Summer Collection video, and in that video I'm showing you this. And this is just a product that I tried for the very first time in that video. And I know that first impressions aren't everything, that sometimes you definitely need to give a product a few tries, or maybe a good week or a month, or you need to give it some time to really get a feel for the product, to know how to use it properly, and to just make it work for you sometimes. But this was so terrible to me that I don't even want to go in and try and make it work, if that makes sense. And these are the Essence Glow to Go Luminous Blush Paper. This is not pink at all. Maybe I can show you. It is, oh, this is the paper I used during that video. I don't know how that is blush to begin with. This is just a pink toned silvery highlight on me. It's very glowy. It was very difficult to get it into the areas where I needed to put it. So I had stuff all the way down here, and it was just a mess. And they are difficult to rip out, and you get 30 papers in total. Now you can reuse them, as in I think you can get 2 or 3 uses out of a single paper. But still, you get a lot more use out of a powder product. So I think that Essence did a really nice try at incorporating these Korean style, Asian style beauty products into a affordable Western brand, but this just wasn't my cup of tea. I also have some eyeshadow in here. This is the NYX Lid Lingerie in Evening Spell. I went to a NYX store and I saw all these products that are very difficult to get here. You definitely have to go to an actual NYX store in order to buy the full range of NYX products that are out there. So I saw this and I thought it was very interesting. This is like a liquid eyeshadow, but I just found this very difficult to work with. It is a very nice color, but it is maybe also not really right for my complexion. I think if you're darker skin, this may be nice, but I found that this set just really quickly. You barely have time to really blend it. It just is like a blob of color onto your lid, and that's about it. So as a base, I wouldn't really use a red as a base color either, so it didn't really work out for me, and I just had expected a little bit more from this. Perhaps if I were to try a lighter shade that it might work, But I remember, if I remember correctly, most of the shades in this line were pretty bold. Lipsticks then. These are the Rimmel Stay Matte Liquid Lip Color. When Rimmel did these and I saw these at the drugstore, I was like, ooh, I have to try these. They have some funky colors as well, such as blues and like a really deep purple. But they also have a couple of good nudes and a really pretty red shade. I was very, very much taken and drawn in because of this shade. However, when I did the review for this, these were so difficult to apply nicely to the lip. It's a very moussey texture, and the applicator just isn't very precise. It just gets product everywhere, and then it's just like on, and you can't really do anything with it anymore. Especially this blue one, that was probably the worst one because it was patchy. It looked really like grainy around the edge almost. I think it has to do with the texture, so you can't really get a very nice sharp edge with these either, and these aren't really for me. I also have an eyeshadow palette for you. When I did my Essence video, I didn't use this in that video because I wanted to try something else. This looked so much fun when I got my hands on this because it has all these like fun bright shades right here in the bottom 2 rows. The problem is that nothing in this palette actually goes on the way you see it in the pan. They are very powdery, they are very sheer. Can you make a look with this? Yes, I think you can, but this retails for 10 euros, and while you seem to get quite a lot of shades, it's just bad quality. Like, if this were 5 euros, then maybe I'd consider it, but it's twice the price of that, and I think that for 10 euros, you can also get a sleek palette, and those are a lot better quality than this. Another bigger product, and as you can see, I have been using this. This is the Original Source Daily Scrub Tea Tree. Now, I love the scent of this. That's also why I got it, and I also got this because this is a scrub, but it comes in a squeezy tube. And I love scrubs in squeezy tubes more so than the ones that come in a jar because they're just messy and I don't like them. Ooh, there's water in there. So I really like scrubs that come in a squeezy bottle like this because they're just a lot less messy than the ones that come in a pot. So I thought this would be perfect. The problem is this hardly has any scrubbing granules in it. It's a lot of jelly, and I think I've used this 4 times. To scrub my entire body, I need to squirt out so much to get any kind of scrubbing effect. It's like just putting like Jello onto yourself, and it has like little granules in there. So this just isn't really my favorite. I have to say I do really like the scent of this, so I want to check this brand out again when I'm in the UK and see if they do a like shower gel in this scent, because I do really like it. But I just don't really think that as a scrub this works very well. Now then, some more Essence products. I do have to say that when it comes to Essence and like other budget brands, I always find them to be a little bit hit or miss, and especially because I do these like overview videos, I tend to get my hands on a lot of products that interest me, but that aren't always the best. Case in point, these are the Metal and Vibrant Shock lip paints by Essence. I think that you can still get these. And while they look really cool in the tube, and initially they go on very nicely as well, especially these like Metal Shock ones, I didn't have a lot of luck with this one. It looks like a really nice dark vampy red, but on my lips it was just very sheer and it didn't really cover very well, so it just looked very messy. These go on very nicely initially, but as you talk, because they're quite sticky, they kind of move around a little bit and they tend to gather in the inside of your mouth and towards the edge. So they definitely give you this like really gross looking ring. Plus these smell like Jolly Ranchers, like lollipops, like sickly sweet. Not my favorite scent either. So I've been raving about the e.l.f. Hydrating Partner on my blog. I've been using it continuously until I completely ran out of it. I absolutely adore this stuff. It was the very first primer I ever used that I actually could get down with. At the same time that I bought that, I bought this one, and this is the e.l.f. Mineral Infused Face Primer. And I was hoping that this would be nice like that one. I just find that this feels too silicone-y on my skin. I've just really found out that I like a primer, but I don't really like those like thick, gloopy, silicone-y ones. The hydrating one also has a silicone base to it, but it's just a lot more lightweight. This just feels very heavy on the skin, and it just feels like you're like, I don't know, putting like glue on your face, and it's just really not a really great sensation. Does it work as a primer? Most definitely, but I don't really like the feel of this. So last but not least, we have some Catrice lipsticks as well. These are the liquid lip powders. Now, first of all, yes, they are a liquid, but they're definitely not a powder or a matte finish. Once they dry down, they still have a shine to them. And my main issue with these is that when they dry down, they kind of disappeared into my lips. Very weird. Most of the time, liquid lipsticks will dry down darker, but these actually didn't do that. They kind of disappeared as they dried down, especially this purpley one. This one you could see a little bit better. This is like a metallic berry shade, but I do found that as it wore off, the shimmer in this kind of stayed put and the color disappeared. So both of these weren't really my cup of tea either. Here you have it, 10 products that I didn't really get down with. I hope this video wasn't too negative for you. As I said, I do like other stuff by Lush, by Rimmel, by Catrice, by Essence. For all the products that I'm showing you here, I also have products from each of those brands that I do really love. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe because I make new videos every single Thursday and Sunday. I really hope to see you in my next video. Bye!